Hey guys, it's Dana and it's time to talk about money. And in this video, we're going to talk about a no spend month. It's time. Let's get to it. Okay, so usually in the past, I've done a lot of no spend Januaries. Holidays are over, maybe you overspent and you're ready to get back on track, reach a money goal, pay off debt, save an emergency fund, whatever it may be. Now, hopefully you're watching this video before you've begun your no spend month, but you have to prepare in advance for your no spend month. I've done quite a few of these. No spend January is the perfect time to get on track. And so how do we do that? First step, we got to define what no spend means to us. So essentials versus non-essentials. What are we not spending money on? Okay, so you have your essentials, whether it's your mortgage, your rent, you got to buy food. All right, so you got to take all of that, and obviously you're still going to spend money on that. So you need to have the list of things that you consider essential versus non-essential. Is going to the hair salon essential for you? Maybe it is, but you have to have a very clear definition of what it means, right? Whether, what you're going to cut for the month of your no spend, what is not essential. Second, you got to set a specific goal. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing a no spend month? You have to have a reason. Like, what are you trying to save money for? Maybe you need extra money to rebuild your emergency fund, or you want to build up a vacation fund. What is this extra money going towards? So you need to have a very clear set goal on what the money is going to be used for. Third, you have to create a budget. All right, even though this is no spend month, you still need a budget for it. You need to know what money you're spending for those essential things, and then what you're going to be doing in the budget with the extra money. Where is it going? You know, what kind of savings account, like we talked about. Okay, so you have to have a budget set written down. You want to stock up and sort of prepare for this next month. You don't want to have something where like a recurring, payment. Like we do tennis lessons, we pay for some of them in cash. Some of the tennis instructors want to be paid that way versus others. So maybe, we go and we do these tennis lessons, they like to be handed cash. So maybe for the no spend month, we're going to cut out these tennis lessons, but I need to prepare in advance by, hey, letting the coach know, like my daughter won't be there for lessons this next month. Say whatever you want to them. Just be like, oh, we're going to be too busy, whatever. So you just got to prepare though by letting them know that you won't be there. So that way you're not like, oh man, we got to go to the piano lesson and I got to pay them. And whoops, like that's maybe not an essential, right? So you want to tell people like, I won't be there this next month, or my kid won't be there. We're taking a break for the month. We're pausing it. So then you want to prepare for it. Along those same lines, preparation means canceling subscriptions. And, so if you have any types of, maybe Netflix, you're going to pause it for the month, but you have to do that in advance, or at least know that you're going to do that like before, like let's say on the 1st, they automatically charge you. Well, you want to make sure you go in and you pause it like the week before. So you have to have that list prepared of the subscriptions that you're going to cancel, along with any activities or whatever, like I talked about. You need to make that prepared ahead of time where you go in and you cancel it or pause it. Like the gym, maybe you want to pause the gym, even though maybe January is actually a great month to pause your gym membership, because it's just crazy town in there that month. Like too many people. If you're one of the people like me who normally goes to the gym, I can't stand going to the gym in January because it's just packed with all these people, and I know that they are not usually there. And I'm like, you're just doing this for a couple weeks and then you're going to drop out. I can't stand going then. So maybe you want to pause your gym membership for that month, especially if you're doing this in January, so you don't have to deal with that whole riffraff. Also have a plan for how you're going to handle special occasions. We have some family members, no, we don't. I don't know why I said that. We've got birthdays in December. I don't think we have one. Do we have one in January? All right, what do you got going on in January if you're doing a no spend January? Who has a birthday? Who has an anniversary? What special occasions are coming up? Can you sort of, pre-plan purchasing their gift ahead of time, or, using you just have to figure that out, or tell them you're not coming to the birthday party. I mean, if your kids are, invited to birthday parties in January, what are you going to do? What's your plan for that? Like, try to think about it. Like, if someone invites us January 13th for a birthday party on January 18th and we're going to have to bring a gift, do we say, no, sorry, they can't attend? Or do you have like gift cards on the side that you could give them a gift card from, right? So you have to just come up with some way of dealing with this as it comes up, because it might come up. You gotta think about it. Okay, moving on. So we want to avoid impulse purchases during our no spend month. or year if you're doing this for the year. So maybe you're like, oh man, like, oh, I really want that item on Amazon that I just saw, or Etsy. You know, you're scrolling Etsy, which, by the way, why are you scrolling Etsy? Maybe you should not scroll Etsy or Amazon during your no spend time, but you're like, oh, I really want that. All right, so you don't want to just be purchasing stuff during this time. So think about doing wish lists or adding it to your cart and leaving it there, even though that's hard. As an Etsy shop owner myself, when somebody puts something in their cart, I send them an email that says, oh, I see you have something in your cart. Here's a 40% off discount. So maybe you're getting those emails and you're like, oh, but it's a really good sale. Like they're going to give me a huge discount if I buy it. So, but anyway, so put stuff in your cart maybe and then leave it there. Resist the urge to buy it if you're sent a discount offer. Amazon's better for that because you don't get those kind of emails. But I do that a lot. I put a lot of stuff in my Amazon cart and I just leave it there and don't touch it. Or I move it down to like where you can save for later or whatever. And then most of the time I have this big list of save for later that I never buy. And then I go in and end up deleting them. So you just maybe try to have a plan of what you're going to do if you decide like, oh, I want to scroll, I want to do some shopping. But you need some kind of plan to be like, no, I'm just going to save it for later and I'll buy it after the no spend month. And maybe you never will, right? What you could do is remove yourself from email lists also, so you're not getting like offers. So check out your email box ahead of time. Make sure you don't have anything in there so you can go through and unsubscribe stuff that might trigger you to buy stuff. Also, like if you have stored your payment information on certain things, maybe you want to delete out that so that way it's not so easy for you to just go in and order something quickly. It'll cause like a friction. You know, I always say like if there's friction in the business world, like any kind of friction towards buying something is not a good thing if you're a seller. But so for you don't want to buy. So if you can create friction for yourself to stop yourself from purchasing stuff because it makes you like have to go actually grab your wallet, pull out your card and put it in. And then by the time you end up doing that, maybe you're like, oh, I got sidetracked, or never mind, I don't want it anymore. Or maybe you can come to terms or become like, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be spending money, so I'm not going to buy this. So delete out your payment information. During this time, you want to find free or low-cost entertainment options. Maybe hiking. I love going hiking. It's one of my favorite things to do. So you want to go walking. What else can you do for free? Sometimes there are free movies offered at the library. Maybe you could go to check that out and see if there's some kind of event you can go that's totally free, doesn't cost any money. Next is communicate with your friends and your family members that you're doing this. Just let them know. Say, hey, dude, I'm not going to be able to hang out or spend money with you for this set period of time. And that will help a lot if you pre-tell them so that they don't feel rejected when you keep saying no. Track your progress, do a daily log, or just do some kind of way of tracking how you're doing. Again, if you're working towards a certain thing of paying down debt or saving money by using this no spend, it'll help to motivate you and inspire you if you can actually see oh my God, we've paid extra money. We were doing this. So try to track it if you can. Prepare for temptations and emergencies. If you already have an emergency fund, that's the way to go. Hopefully you have that going into this no spend. So if something does come up suddenly, you have your emergency fund all set aside that you can pay for it. And then at the end of the whole challenge, you want to evaluate and reflect, how did you do? What were some of the pitfalls? And then that way you can better prepare and plan for the next one that you do. Now, some 3 bonus tips here at the end. If you can use cash instead of using your card when you go and spend for things, I do think that does help to minimize your spending. So maybe you want to try to take out some spending cash at the very beginning of your no spend period and then just spend out of that cash bank as opposed to using your debit card. Also, declutter and sell anything that you don't want. I mean, I feel like I hate hearing this advice, but go through your house and try to sell stuff if you can on Facebook Marketplace. But if you haven't done that yet, then yeah, you maybe try to get on it, see what you can just spend this time period just decluttering. Even if you just take it to Goodwill and drop it off and donate it. Instead of shopping during this no spend period, spend the time being this is also a period where we're going to try to clear out the crap in our house that we don't need. And I'm sure you've got some, we all do. And then take advantage of just free resources. I have the Libby app, so you can borrow books from the library digitally, so just try to spend this time to enrich your life in other ways other than spending money. So read books, spend time with family, having conversations, going to tennis courts. That's why I love tennis so much. You can go to, most tennis courts are free. Hopefully you have a tennis racket, or just find something to do together, whether you're throwing a football around. It's cold right now, and maybe you don't want to get outside, but maybe you live in a warm area, so you can get out and do some things and have tea and coffee with someone, or just get to know someone, or reach out to someone you haven't seen in a while and you do something with them for free, not going out to eat, but take a walk or what have you, or just talk to them on the phone. So a no spend month can be really powerful. If you do it right, it can help to get you reset, get you back on track with your finances. I highly recommend them. It's sort of like a purging, clean slate. I don't know, sort of like when you do like those eating challenges. Or like when you just drink water for 12 hours or something. I don't know. So I just feel like no spend is very good to kind of reset and get a fresh start to the new year. So let me know down below in the comments if you are going to do a no spend January or a no spend year. That's awesome too. A lot of people do those. And then how you are preparing for it if it hasn't started yet. If you're watching this after it started, let us know how you're doing. Give us an update on your progress. Are you sticking with it, or have you already fallen off the wagon? Hopefully not. If you did fall off the wagon, get right back on it and just try to continue with the rest of the month. Don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay. All right, guys, if you want to watch a video talking all about reaching your money goals in the new year, you can go ahead and click here and watch that. And if you do, I'll see you there. All right. Bye, guys.